I'm listening to this book on the Secret Service, the history of the Secret Service.
Which one? The CIA, FBI?
The SS. It's like the one that protects the president.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like that.
They call it the SS?
It's Secret
Change
I know,
acronyms.
It sounds weird, right?
Change, guys. 9.
That's
No SS. Oh God, I gotta remember. I'm in public on the corner of the street
Yeah.
going 9 SS. All right.
He's called. Yeah. So this is a cool story actually. So obviously, like they protect the president,
Yeah.
and they've been around since like. I think they started coming around after like Lincoln was like assassinated, because Lincoln basically had one bodyguard that was just drunk, and like he like so the way Lincoln was assassinated was he's just like Lincoln, just a dude, it's the 1850 or whatever, and he's like, I want to go to a play, and they're like, sure, Mr. President, see you later. He just leaves the White House and he walks over to the nice theater, and he's sitting there, and he has like one bodyguard, and the bodyguard was bored, so he's like, I'll go to the bar. So he goes across the road to the bar, and then one of the person that murdered him was an actor that worked at that in the theater, right? So I think he had the day off.
Was he on stage? Oh, he had the day off.
The day off, and he just walked up, just blew his head off, right?
Booth?
Yeah,
John Booth?
John Voight. No, I don't know. Booth. Oh, yeah, Wilkes Booth. I don't know. Something
Yeah.
Booth. Anyway, and then it goes from there. They create the Secret Service, where they like build it up. They like, we need to hire people. And then another president gets murdered, like he gets shot or whatever. So like, we really need. And then, so this cut to 1960, Kennedy, right? Still, Secret Service, there's not that many. I think he had like 10 bodyguards.
That's still pretty good.
It's nothing, dude. It's so, imagine controlling a whole area. Like, it's just like, a guy there, a guy there. You need like guys on roofs.
You need hundreds, okay.
You need like 10 guys in here and all, So, so Kennedy was known for like being like a wild man and partying and drinking and going, and every weekend he would fly to a different country, and so he only had 10 bodyguards. So 10 people trying to rotate. None of them. They're all tired. They're all overworked. They never see their family, right? So the one night someone is throwing like a party, like some press conference is throwing this big party, and so they invite all the Secret Service people out. They're like, fine, we'll go. Let's unwind. They end up partying all night till like 5 in the morning, and they have to wake up at 9 in the morning. So they show up and they're all hungover. They're all tired. They're all tired, and they're like going, and they're on the little, they're in their car, and there's like two guys walking. They're like, and
So that's why they're wearing sunglasses, to hide the fact that they're all hungover.
Right, they're all like, and then
when they do, when you see,
Yeah.
and they're like, actually they were doing this because their head hurts.
they're like, oh god, I'm hangover. Oh god.
And then like the new Secret Service, out of respect, they do this when they
Yeah.
want to talk to them. It all comes from like being a hungover.
And they hear a gunshot, they're like, oh, my head, please.
Like, is it a gunshot or is that just in my brain?
Yeah,
I have a
Is
headache.
that like migraine? So they hear the gunshot, and one guy was like, what's that? I swear to God, this is what was reported. They're like, what was that? What was that sound? And then all you hear is like, JFK was like shot in the neck or something, and he's like, they say like you hear his Boston accent being like, dear God, I've been shot in the neck. And everyone's like, what? And then you hear another shot, and his head just explodes. And everyone's like, and they're all like, still don't know what's going on, and they're running, and then he's dead, right? So they're all hungover. That's why he wasn't protected, because they're all like just up, right? It's really sad.
Also, he was on an open street in a convertible.
Yeah.
Mr. President.
He wanted to do that.
I
That
know,
was his whole
but-
thing. Yeah, it's stupid.
Buddy.
It's really dumb. But back
You know,
then,
the CIA wanted to kill you.
Mhm.
Cuba wanted to kill you.
Yeah.
Put a rooftop over
I
your
know,
head,
I know.
bro.
They even made the decision to not have a roof. They
That's
were like
great.
talking about like, we should have no roof so you can wave, and he would shake everyone's hand. There was even a crazy story where he was at like
Well, he wanted to dismantle the CIA.
Yeah.
So he had so many enemies.
A lot of enemies. There's one story where he was like he was like in his his beach house. And he's like, I want to go for a swim. So he's just walking down the road, and then no one knows he left. So they're like, where the hell's the president? So they find him. He's walking down the beach. The beach is packed with people, right? They're like, oh my God, it's JFK. And he's swimming, and there's no joke. There's 1,000 people just surrounding him, trying to shake his, because he's like the most famous man on the planet. Imagine seeing.
And he was beloved.
Beloved.
He's the most beloved president.
Yeah.
If you look, there's so many cities that have a JFK street or a JFK. Montreal has a
JFK school, right?
Yeah, well, here we have a JFK.
Yeah,
we have
street.
John F. Kennedy, an avenue.
Mhm.
There's a statue of JFK.
Yeah.
Most
People love
big
JFK.
people love JFK. He was like beloved
Yeah.
by everyone. I mean, he was a womanizer and a
Yeah.
whoremonger, Is that the word, whoremonger?
Yeah.
He likes to monger whores?
Yeah.
Is that the
I don't know what that
expression?
means. Yeah, I guess so.
Can you Google what is whoremonger? I think it means a guy who likes to bang women.
Yeah, I believe so. Whoremonger. You know who is one of the most beloved, the most nicest people to the CIA, to the SS? Hitler. No. Whoremonger in the Bible. A sexually immoral person.
A sexually immoral person. Yeah, he banged. Apparently, Marilyn Monroe, he banged her.
Yeah.
And then his brother, he's like, hey, you wanna? And then her brother, and then another Kennedy banged her. She
Whoa.
was tossed around.
Damn.
This is when
RFK and JFK were both their heads blown off.
dude,
Yeah.
it must be tough to be Kennedy.
Yeah, really tough.
And now you have one that
Yeah.
speaks like Bane.
Well,
The vacacina.
apparently Bush Senior's was really nice to the Secret Service.
But wasn't Bush Senior head of the CIA?
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, why is it just call it the service? Why is it Secret Service? If you're guarding the president, why is it a secret?
I don't know.
I think the Secret Service. You sure it's called the Secret
yeah.
Service?
The book is called the Rise and Fall of the Secret Service.
And it's just about the president's protection.
It's about the history of it and like what else they do. Like
What else do they do?
It also goes into like 9/11, right? So they're around him during 9/11. The president had no idea things were going on, and the Secret Service was like, should we tell the president? Because he was already on live TV reading to a bunch of kids, right? So if he didn't
I don't know if you guys remember Bush can't read.
yeah, that was the dude.
That was stressing him more than
he
the
was like,
first.
the fox jumped over the.
Like you remember the
sheep.
news? You remember the news where there's like his secretary comes
Yeah.
and he whispered to him, the second plane just been hit. In my mind, when I saw him, like, sir, you got to stop reading. You're scaring everyone.
You're scaring the kids.
you're embarrassing yourself. This is in my mind what he was telling him. Like, nah.
By the way, that's the Secret Service that spoke to him.
Oh.
They were like, "Hey," because when they saw a plane that hit the World Trade Center or
Allegedly.
Allegedly,
I like
yeah.
saying that from now on.
No, that's Pentagon. Pentagon. No, that's alleged. You know, it looks like a missile.
The Pentagon. No one talks about the Pentagon.
No.
People died.
Yeah. Oh, you're thinking
building
you're
got
thinking
destroyed.
the other building in.
No. No. Even,
No,
know
people
there's
talk
Tower
about the
7.
Pentagon. Yeah, that one nobody talks about.
9/11, never forget. It's always the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
But also the Pentagon got
Yeah,
shot.
the Pentagon exploded.
And apparently the section that got hit contained millions of
Yeah.
papers that were important
Yeah.
for a reason, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
What? Okay, but this whole.
And aren't you surprised that Osama
Mhm.
would want to bombard the Pentagon?
Mhm. Yeah. No, he hated America. He only hated. They
I
basically.
know, but what else? Okay, let's say you're Osama.
Mhm.
Let's be honest. Let's say I'm Osama.
Yeah.
Okay, definitely New York. You have to attack New York. It's the Gotham City of
Yeah.
America. You gotta plant something in there. I would try White House.
They did try the White House, but it got shot down. They tried. So
What
the
else would
Pentagon
you
is
do?
like half a mile from the White House.
Oh.
So it's like boom, and so what the hell was I saying? Okay, so Cheney was in the Pentagon at the time, and he has his own Secret Service unit, right? And the whole time Bush is in Florida, and where his whereabouts were known to the public for days and days in advance. So they're thinking like, oh my God, maybe like, is there an airplane coming to this freaking school?
Whoa.
Nobody knows. And the Secret Service had no idea what to do. So for 30 minutes, they just let Bush do whatever, read. They're like, okay, go. Yeah, right?
Eat an apple.
Is that so?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then oh no, sorry, I said Cheney was in the Pentagon. He was in the White House. So there's an airplane going to the White House, right? And they had no idea how to get into the bunker to protect him, because they didn't have anybody in place to like open the door, put in the code. So like, oh my God. So Cheney's just standing outside the bunker as an airplane is literally standing right as an airplane is literally about to destroy the White House,
Yeah.
right? And then
Go
just
to the McDonald's next door. Do something.
Yeah, people were like, "Oh my God!" If the airplane was going to hit in 60 seconds, but it remember the airplane that got taken down by the civilians inside.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
what happened. It crashed. So on somewhere else. So
Yeah.
he got saved literally because someone in the airplane, and the airplane was coming straight to his location as the Secret Service couldn't figure out the password. They're
crazy.
so inept, and that's no wonder Trump's whole thing, Secret Service,
Yeah.
are insanely inept. They saw a guy on the roof. They're like, what's that? Is that a guy? What's going on?
I think what they're doing now is that they're applying American philosophy finally in the Secret Service. Like they say, you know why American won World War II? America won the Second World War,
Mm.
because apparently, like the tanks,
Yeah.
the German tanks were way better than the American tanks, way better.
Mm.
But apparently, one of the German generals said is that every time we shot down 10 of their tanks, there was an 11 waiting.
Ah, wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just, I think Bill Burr said it's like the McDonald's of
Yeah, just tons and
just
tons.
just keep sending. So now I
Yeah.
guess Secret Service like 100,
Maybe.
1,000 person, and they're like, one of us will do a correct job, and
Yeah.
they just keep placing everybody.
It's hard. It's hard.
They're humans. You have to remember, everyone's
Yeah.
a human.
And also, the Secret Service has to do anything that the president says,
Yeah.
right? So Clinton, this book is insane. This book goes, all the Secret Service people they interviewed, that's all anonymous, right? They just told every secret about every president. So
Whoa,
Clinton,
another
Clinton
whoremonger.
banged hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. It wasn't just a few women on the White,
Yeah.
hundreds. And so the whole time, like the president would go for a
Nice.
jog, right? And he'd go for a jog, and then he'd go to the YMCA, and then they'd be like, "Oh, what did?" But the whole time, the Secret Service weren't allowed in the YMCA.
Why?
And so one Secret Service agent, his new guy, was like, "How come we're not going in the YMCA?" Because he was banging like women
young
in
male Christian adults.
YMCA.
He was banging the YMCA.
Isn't it insane?
Whoa.
So they were just covering up for him, and then there's this whole
In a
scandal.
YMCA?
I guess it's
That's
like
a man on a budget, man.
it's
That's why
seen-
he was such a good president. He
yeah,
knew
yeah, how to budget.
how to budget. You banged him in the YMCA.
It seemed very inconspicuous, right? You go for a jog and then you go work out the YMCA.
Yeah,
It doesn't
and
seem like anything. And then
It's
the
fun to
Yeah.
the YMCA.
And then
Is that why you go to the YMCA?
yeah, so I can jerk
Whoa,
buffalo
so
dudes.
you can bang bang.
And also the whole time, the Secret Service also has an eye on Hillary, so they can tell him where Hillary is.
They're like, ugh.
Hillary hated the YMCA. Hated the
Probably.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know how Hillary stuck with Clinton. It's insane. She hated
Ah.
the Secret Service. She would be mean. She's like, if I see one Secret Service agent, you're fired. No, don't make eye contact. She was the worst.